The Grade 1 Champion of Champions on Saturday night, December 14th. It's the race of the year at Los Alamitos, with a field led by multiple Grade 1 winner Jericho, the outstanding Impressive, the Champion of Champions winner in 2022, Super Derby winner BP Cartel Policy, the nation's top mare Patty Saint, plus top Grade 1 winners London Toby, Just Good Wine, Shaker's No Secret, and more. The race of the year, the Champion of Champions, Saturday, December 14th. The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse with 2 great weeks of racing. Opening day is Friday, December 6th. First post is 12:30 p.m. The meet will include the Starlet for Fillies on Saturday, December 7th, and the Los Alamitos Futurity on Saturday, December 14th, plus 2 other stakes events for juveniles. And our on-track handicapping contest is set for Saturday, December 14th. You could win a seat to the National Handicapping Championship in Las Vegas. Our daytime Thoroughbred meet opens on December 6th.
And I welcome everyone to the Los Alamitos preview show, ready for our Winter Thoroughbred Meet, as well as the closing month of the Quarter Horse Meet. And it's going to be quite a December here at Los Alamitos. Happy to be joined by our great panel, Christopher Wade. Chris, you had a big winner last week's show, and let me tell you, several people played it. They were very happy. You are a very popular man right now, Chris. We'll talk a little bit more about that as the show continues. Of course, George Duarte, always charting those races. And the man on the mic, Michael Wrona. You're going to be very, very busy, Michael, these next few weeks.
Yes, indeed. We're recording on a Thursday afternoon, and this time tomorrow, I won't be sitting on my couch.
That's exactly right. You'll be drinking some tea and keeping those nice vocal cords nice and warm and continuing to deliver great calls like you always do. Chris, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just getting ready for the weekend. It's going to be a big weekend of racing here. And next week, even bigger. It's going to be a great weekend of racing. Great way to close out the week. Champion is going to be an incredible race, top to bottom.
In George, we had some trials to the Southern California Derby last Sunday. Once again, Monte Rosa delivered some nice performances from his horses. Stanley Cartel comes back and wins his race. SC Time to Run as well. But who are you most impressed by? Could have been ready for it, who ended up being the fastest qualifier?
I'll go with SC Time to Run. I think he finally ran back to those races he ran earlier this year. I know Michael liked them, Z. Wayne Griffin, and then he just lost all chance at the start. So, and Stanley, I'm assuming Ed will make Stanley the favorite, and I just didn't really like what he was doing. He was lugging in again. He's just so hard to ride, and if he draws an in-between post, he's going to be very susceptible to losing his path or bumping. So I think it's going to be a good wagering opportunity.
Well, I always like good stories, and to see a Stanley Cartel come back after, seeing that winning streak come to an end, I think it would make a great story for him to come back and deliver another big effort. Of course, Michael ready for it. What a great effort he had. Pretty much as good and complete of a race as he's had in quite a while.
Yeah, nice to see him put it together and deliver the goods. And as always, the post position draw will be very important. That horse that finished second to Stanley Cartel from the rail, I think, Jose Flores' horse, put forth a very good effort. The name escapes me, but
yes, Try Harder.
Yes, Try Harder. That's it. I liked that effort too, and so the winner of the final doesn't always have to be a winner of the trial. They can just put forth a good effort in the trial to get into the big dance, and then let's see what happens with the post position draw.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be talking a lot more about the Southern California Derby in the weeks to come. The last trial delivered 4 qualifiers, so SC Time to Run was involved in the most productive trial of the night. And, of course, here's our program for the Los Alamitos Winter Meet that, of course, kicks off on Friday, first post 12:30 p.m. It's going to be a fun 6 days of racing, 4 stakes races during the meet. Every Saturday and Sunday is going to have a stakes race starting with the Starlet, and we'll be joined by we'll have a video by a special guest talking a little bit about the Starlet in just a little bit. I'm going to say goodbye really quickly to Chris and George. We'll bring them back for the second half of the show because, Michael, you have a nice selection here coming up in Saturday's car, so we'll bring the past performances as well. Chris, George, stick around. We'll be right back with the two of you. And Michael, let's go ahead and bring up the past performances here for Saturday night. Saturday's program, 8 races on tap, couple of nice allowance races, and you happen to be looking at one of them. One of the allowance races is here, race number 7, right?
Yeah, it's for 2-year-olds who have not won 2 races. And I wouldn't mind taking a shot here at 9-2 on the morning line with number 2, Spikes. I made a note after his debut win, which admittedly was in pretty slow time, but I still thought there was a lot of merit in the effort because he was sandwiched at the start. He showed some nice acceleration passing the gap, and I thought it was a sound debut win from post position 2. And gee, he's been keeping some good company since Orlando. He came out in a futurity trial and finished 3rd behind Up to Party, and he came from a long way back after getting bumped back at the start. That was a really solid effort. And then we arrive at an allowance for non-winners of 2. He's been in this condition for 2 races in a row, finishing 3rd and most recently 4th. But just take a look at the company lines, and perhaps we can check out his replay from September 22.
Yeah, you mentioned the company lines, and they certainly stand out, Michael, with Walking Tool, who was one of the most impressive winners that we had on the night of the Los Alamitos 2 million futurity trials, and the runner-up in that race. How about Cowboy Bolt, who also went on to qualify to the Los Alamitos 2 million futurity. So you're keeping company with Walking Tool and Cowboy Bolt, who go on to our richest race of the meet, and you're doing just fine. You're facing as good as it get here in the juvenile division. This right here is race number 5, September 22nd, and Spite is going to be right here, breaking from post number 4. Is that correct, Michael?
Yep, he's got gate number 4. So let's roll this replay, and he kept to his task pretty well. Beaten a length and a quarter at the finish by Walking Tool. This was the 2nd career start for Walking Tool, who since has gone on to win 2 more times. He's undefeated in 4 now. And as you mentioned, Orlando, the 1st and 2nd horses have both found their way into the 2 million futurity final in a couple of weeks. Spikes finishing 3rd in the green with the yellow sleeves, just a short distance behind Cowboy Bolt. And just based on the company and the subsequent efforts by those horses, gee, Spikes has got to be pretty tough in an allowance, as we see him Saturday night. And he's actually been gelded since he last raced. So that's an interesting angle as well, that maybe will move him up a little bit. 9-2 on the morning lines, decent value, I think.
Yeah, that's for sure. I remember picking Spikes as one of my possible long shots in one of the consensus selections that we had, because he has been in part of a couple of nice futurity trials here at Los Alamitos. So Ed and Teresa de Knight, the breeders, owners of this horse, certainly have always liked this runner. And maybe he needed that ultimate equipment change to maybe spark him up and run up to his best abilities as well. We'll go ahead, Michael, because I do like that selection as well, and just really quickly, just kind of go over the rest of that field.
Sure.
Let me bring up the past performances again here for race number 7. Again, I mentioned that 7 races on tap on Saturday. First post will be 6 p.m. Set to go. Nice filly by Favorite Cartel. Time to Lead was a stakes winner here at Los Al. And a nice has had some nice performances here at Los Alamitos. Even won a trial to the Governor's Cup futurity there, set to go. Exploiter, Pancake Man, a couple of the other runners in that race. Then came back and faced Midnight Mood, Snowbound. I think they both qualified to the PCQHRA Breeders' Futurity out of that trial that's set to go, performed in August 25th. There's your selection: Spikes, 9-2, 3-step plan at 10-1. Ran 3rd against Candy's Cause. I believe that might be the full name of this horse. And Candy's Cause was very impressive in that allowance race. Just fly through the fire. had a nice gate work, 12.3. We'll be showing that on Saturday night during our broadcast. And Executive Teller, 12-1 and streaking fifth. Heath Taylor will saddle this runner owned by Monty and Catsy Cluck. Fans will recognize that name because Brown Coffee, the fastest qualifier, the Los Alamitos 2 million futurity, also owned by these connections. So Streaking Sis, one of the horses to watch here in race number 7, a really nice race. I know George and Chris will be looking at a couple of other races here on the Saturday night card. So looking forward to that. I know you're looking forward to the running of the Starlet here on Saturday during the daytime. A grade 2 event with points on the line for the Kentucky Oaks. Had a chance to catch up with Bob Mieszerski, the publicity director here at Los Alamitos, for the daytime meet and for a little preview of the Starlet on Saturday. Let's go ahead and check out what Bob had to say.
Los Alamitos will offer the first of its 2 Grade 2 races at the brief winter meet, when the Starlet will be run for the 11th time at Los Alamitos since the race was moved from Hollywood Park in 2014. And as usual, Bob Baffert is the one to beat in the race. He will enter 3 fillies in the race, looking for his 8th consecutive win in the race. His top contender is Tenma, who was a winner of the Grade 1 Del Mar debutante earlier this year. Also, he has Nooney, who's taking the blinkers off after setting the pace in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile fillies, and then Mawu, an impressive sprint winner earlier this year. I think the likely favorite is Vodka with a Twist, who was second behind certain 2-year-old filly champ Immersive in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile fillies last month. She's been 1-2 in all 5 of her 6 starts in California for trainer Phil D'Amato, who won this race in 2015 with Street Fancy. She's my top selection in the race. I picked the Baffert horse Tenma second, who will be ridden by Juan Hernandez, who won this race a year ago with Nothing Like You. And then I picked Practical Dream, who won the Desi Arnaz last month for trainer Tim Yakteen, and will try to stretch her speed around 2 turns.
So that's Bob Mieszerski with a nice preview of the Starlet here at Los Alamitos on Saturday. Vodka with a Twist, his top selection in the Starlet. Nice performances. But again, Practical Dream coming off of a nice victory in the Desi Arnaz. Another nice runner to watch. And Michael, you've had a chance to call quite a few Starlets now here at Los Al, right?
Yes, it's a race that always attracts some high-quality 2-year-old fillies at the end of their juvenile season. And as you said, there's points on the line for the Oaks next year at Churchill Downs. And I look forward to working with Bob Mieszerski in the next couple of weeks, as he always comes on board to help us out and does a fantastic job in his role as publicity director for the daytime racing.
Absolutely, Michael. And of course, you do a fantastic job doing those double headers, a lot of work, but you just do not skip a beat going from the daytime to the nighttime action. Really enjoy all your work throughout the year, and particularly when we do have those double headers. Michael, I know you're always busy. You've got a lot of things going on. Really appreciate you taking time to join us for the preview show.
My pleasure always. Good on you, mate.
Thank you, Michael. Okay, we'll be right back with George Duarte and Chris Wade. Chris had a nice selection. We're going to recap that from last weekend. And we're back here on the preview show. Christopher Wade and George Duarte. Chris, man, tell me, what is it like to pick those nice winners there? Because it's been a while since I had that kind of a winner there.
Yeah, well, the horse is well meant. The horse had always shown a good amount of ability and come out of a very strong, I think it was a Justin Stakes, and the horse leaned back at the start and was slow in the stride and finished very well to be fifth, beaten 2.5 lengths, I think it was, something like that. But it come out of a very strong race. And all the horse needed to do was break, and broke well. and got the victory there over Travel Afar, who, as per usual, broke a little bit slow and came flying late to make a race of it near the wire. But Famous Cartel Judge got the job done. 6-1 program, and got back 1180 with that nice victory. When it didn't hurt when the heavy favorite got very rambunctious, ecstatic in the gate, but she ran a heck of a race, and we got the win there with a nice runner there, a nice price.
Well, it hurt your price when she acted up because
Yeah.
I think she was around 6-1 right before that.
Yeah, she was 6-1 when the 6 started acting up, and then boom, and then we got 9-2. We got all things factored in, but we'll take it. A nice effort there to get the victory there and spice up that early pick 4. We got the early pick 4. I think I come back like $102, something along those lines there for a $36 investment. So not a bad figure with all factored in.
Not at all. And of course, now you got to do it again, Chris. You can't rest on your laurels from last week. You got to come on strong and do it all over again. It's what have you done for me lately here. So we got the past performances ready for you, Chris. And I know that you have a horse here in race number 3. Go for it, Chris. Tell me who it is.
Well, it's a bit of a sneak. This is a horse that I gave the horse a nice workout. Went from a C+ to a B from the first drill to the second drill, and then lost all chance in the debut, but had a stacker run behind horses. And with everything factored in, earned a decent figure, and came back from post number 2 and kind of bobbed a little bit, inward away from the bear, and showed some decent speed. It was kind of one pace throughout, but finished nicely near the wire and galloped out pretty well. So if this horse can take another step forward, has a good look at the outcome in a race with the horse to worry about. Probably the most one to be out to the outside tick-tock, but I'm going to give a bit of a sneaky look there at 3-1 there from the inside post. Well manned, well connected, and will improve with another typical step forward in our third career start.
And the sire, a bit of a sneak, Fly Through the Fire. George, you and I were talking about sires that enjoy success here at Los Alamitos, sires that whose progeny make a lot of money through the races. And Fly Through the Fire, we see a lot of his babies, a lot of his runners here at Los Alamitos, and I believe he was in the top 10 as far as sires with the highest earnings here at Los Alamitos this season, right?
Yeah, he was top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah, he had as of the printing of that sheet we saw, he had 31 wins. I think it was like 400,000 in earnings.
Yeah, he hasn't had that huge Grade 1 winner, but Nymphet is by Fly Through the Fire. So he does produce a lot of nice runners. Kind of a sneaky, underrated sire here at Los Alamitos. Bit of a sneak. One of his babies here. We'll see how a bit of a sneak does. Chris, let's check out a replay from Bit of a Sneak. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, we have the replay here from November 2nd, race number 9, and Bit of a Sneak is going to start from post. Is it post number 2, Chris?
Yes, post number 2.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll hit play, and you can walk us through this effort from Bit of a Sneak. You see here a nice 7-horse field here at Los Al.
Yeah, the horse broke okay, kind of inward away from the gate, showed some decent speeds under a hand shove early, and was starting out better than looked the final half of the affair under just light pressure, but did improve after that effort and galloped out pretty well into and through the tire. Come out of a pretty good race. The winner of that affair was a horse that had shown a good amount of ability, but had yet to get out of the gate and actually broke on the lead. I think it was our third choice that night and got the victory. But this horse at 12-1 that night broke a little slow, kind of headward and away from the gate. Still some decent speed and finished relatively well the final half of the affair. But with everything factored in, trouble track variant earned a pretty good figure with everything factored in for the numbers. So have to look from that inside post, have a clear path for the wire. The horse could just break and run straight. Could have a big look at the outcome on our numbers there in that third event, third leg of the early pick 4.
And so often, you look at a horse to watch or maybe a selection, and you're like, okay, this horse was on the inside last time. Now he draws the outside post. I like that. But in this scenario, this horse ran in this replay that we're watching here from post number 2. Now he draws post number 1. So you're okay with that, right, Chris? That, hey, he's got that experience from being on the inner part of the track. He ended up right on the rail.
Yeah, he certainly did. The rail horse in that particular fair broke slow, veered in away from the gates. This horse basically did come off the rail. So it comes right back, has a race experience from that inside post, and put forth a better than looked effort and galloped out relatively well, kind of skied inward there. But this horse got a big look at the outcome. But like I said, with everything factored in, trouble track variant, the horse got a good look at the outcome on our numbers and 3-1.
Yeah, we're just taking a quick little look at the that drone shot there. You can see him kind of go a little bit to the inside. There's that urgency from the rider, as you mentioned. But yeah, picked up speed nicely once the rider encouraged him just a little bit. So that's a bit of a sneak there in race number 3 on the Saturday night program. Let's go ahead and bring back the past performances, and it'll be George Duarte's turn here to come up with a nice play here on the Saturday night program. We're going to race number 9.
Race number 8.
Race number 8. This little race number 8, 110 yards here. So we're looking at the speed of the speed. We just want to see a good break. Is that kind of what you're thinking, George?
Yeah, I mean, the two favorites are, stalwarts here at this distance. They love this distance. I think one of them has, 12 starts, and the other one has 5. Both have 2 wins. So I feel like when you play a pick 4, you have to figure out how other people are going to play it. And I feel in this sequence, a lot of people are just going to go 1-2, and that's it. So I wanted to try to find somebody that can upset them. And one that intrigued me was Nomad 2, the 3. Was way overmatched in that race against, Jessica Cruz, who came back to win a Greatest Stakes. You Can Run won last week. So
it's a great one horse.
He was up against it in that race. And he actually started his career here under Dan Furias as a 2-year-old and broke maiden with, I think Rodrigo Sivas rode him. And also faced, I think it was Bella Hunting as well at this distance. Oh no, Princessa Rock. He faced Princessa Rock and was defeated by that one, but it was only half a length. And I think he has improved. I was looking through the charts of his races, and there was one race where 3 horses came back to win, and 2 others came back to run second. So he's been running against sharp fields. So I think he's just a new face. I'm not really sold on the other horses on the drawn on the outside to upset those 2. Because, I mean, the 2 horses that beat are Bella Hunting and Princessa Rock. So he's drawn outside of them. I like Roman. I think, Roman is capable of catching flyers out of the gate. And I think you're going to get better than 7-2. Personally, I think he's going to drift up from that race because I think those 2 are just going to get bet so heavily because they are so consistent. If you look at them, they either break first or second every time. And when you're going this short, that's what you need to do. So I'm going to take a shot with Nomad 2. I hope he can break with them and then just find a way to win. So that's why I like him. I think he's going to enjoy the drop in class. There's a new face, and Dan has been running well. I mean, he won with 1 last week with a big price on a horse at this distance. So, I didn't want to – I think he's going to be overlooked and provide value.
And I got to tell you, I did not look before you sent me your selection that this one is also by Fly Through the Fire.
That's right.
I make that comment, just because of both of you selected Fly Through the Fires going into tonight's card. But I do look at the broodmare, Moonlight Corona. She is a Grade 1 producer delight. She has produced quite a few Grade 1 caliber horses, a Grade 1 winner as well in her career. Circle City, Moonlight Corona, I believe.
Circle City, Nomadic.
Yeah, so she's definitely one of the top producers from the Rolling A Ranch. This one bred by Dr. Ed Allred, as was a bit of a sneak, right, Chris?
Yes.
All right, you want to look at the Azure 3 handicap, George?
Yeah, it was a good race. I mean, it wasn't a good race for Nomad, but it was a good race. Yeah, I mean, this race wasn't a Greatest Stakes, but it should have been, just by the field. If you look at the field, there's a bunch of horses that run in Greatest Stakes, and he broke okay, but, he's just not at that level. And I thought he ran fine as, first time over the lights, which I think that's what Dan probably was looking at. Is like, oh, this is a race, 220. He hasn't had to work over the course. Let's just enter him and see where he's at. So that's why I'm not taking too much out of this race.
That's the gray right here from the outside post number.
Yeah, you can't miss him.
Yeah, there he is, and it reminds me a little bit of Circle City, also a nice gray here on Los Alamitos. Nomadic was not. Nomadic was more of a sorrel horse, but there it is. You can see Nomad 2 from the outside post, been spending most of the time in the Intermountain circuit, and now arrives here at Los Alamitos and maybe gets that 110-yard victory here, and as George Duarte's pick to click here on the preview show. Well, like I mentioned before, 8 races on the card on Saturday night. First post will be 6 p.m. And during our daytime meet, we're partnering. Los Alamitos is partnering with Twin Spires on a pretty cool promotion here. We're gonna have handicapping contest for the daytime meet. During the daytime meet, $1,000 added cash to the prize pool. George, you enjoy playing the Twin Spires handicapping contest, so why don't you talk a little bit about this, since you are more familiar, having been a customer of these contests.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of them. I mean, they're really approachable buy-ins, and like this one is, you put 100 in, but you get to bet with 75 of it, so it's only really a $25 cost. And with Los Al adding 1,000, it offers a lot of value, because if you can scroll down and look at the price payouts, it'll create situation where if you are doing well in this tournament. Well, let me start with the rules. The rules are you have $75. You have to bet 5 races of at least $10. And the wagers you can do are win, play, show, exacta, trifecta, and doubles. So basically, like a normal day, the only thing you can't do is pick 3s, pick 4s. But with that small of a bankroll, you shouldn't be playing pick 3s, pick 4s anyway. So where this creates a really good value is, let's say, there is only 25 players. First place gets $1,200. And I've been playing these tournaments, and with this low of a buy-in, you're looking at most likely the winner's going to have around $500 to $700.
And that's key, because you want to know, okay, how much do I need to kind of bet?
Yeah.
I only have 75
So say you're at like $200, and you like one of the other Bafferts in the Starlet, and is 3-1, 2-1, and you want to put your whole 200 on them. Say it pays 2-1, that's $600. That should be enough to get you either first or second. And with the extra money that Los Al paid in, that's $1,200. So really, in reality, you'd be getting, what would be 8? It'd be, yeah, you're getting way more than 2-1. You're getting an
odd sleeper.
Yeah, you're getting close to 9-1, I think it is. And that's what happened to me when I played a tournament about 2 weeks ago. I put 200 on a 5-2 shot. He won, and it gave me an extra 1,300 in prize money on top of the win. So I turned a 5-2 shot into a 10-1. So that's why I really like playing these contests. It gives you an opportunity to, not put that much in, play the card like you would normally play it, and then at the end you can see where the leaderboard's at. And if you want to take a shot on an opinion you like, you're going to get more than rewarded besides whatever it pays in the mutuals. You're going to get that extra bonus that Los Al is offering. So that's why I really like these. It gives you that value, gives you a chance at a good score. I mean, if you win 1,000 in a day, I'm very happy. I'll take it. So if there's a good card, you have a greatest stakes to bet on. And, I recommend anybody that's, especially even newer players, it'd be good to play, because it's it keeps your bankroll tight. You don't have to, what your bankroll will be for the day. And then it'll allow you to plan out the day, your attack, what races you want to choose, and how to attack. It's a good training if you've never played contests, or if you're new to the game. It's just, I like them. It allows you to have bankroll management and keep the wagers simple. Win, play, show, exacta, trifectas. And I think that's the way to win the game at the game too, is playing mainly these type of bets, having strong opinions, and attacking your strong opinions, and that's what will be needed in order to win.
Yeah, so definitely, if you have a Twin Spires account, definitely invite you to join the contest, play it, give it a chance. We're going to be doing it every day of this opening week here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. George mentioned the Saturday card includes the Starlet. The Sunday card is going to have the Soviet Problem, and that's going to be a nine fillies are in that race as well. So it's a really nice Soviet Problem event. So again, go to twinspires.com/bet/tournaments, and you'll easily find it there. We're going to be sending out the link. We're going to be putting it up on our social media pages and on our website as well. Chris,
if you're not signed up with Twinspires, you can sign up, get one of those bonuses they always offer in the AWs, and you get to play the contest for free.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
So no reason not to play. Even if you don't have a Twinspires account, make one, you get to play for free. That's
a very good point. Of course, we're going to be having some promotions as well with FanDuel Racing. We're going to be doing some money back specials and hit it and split it as well throughout this thoroughbred meet. So a lot of promotions there to get you involved, get you in the game here and playing the races during the daytime at Los Alamitos. Chris, you and I are going to be working together for the handicapping contest, the on-track handicapping contest that's coming up here at Los Alamitos. That's going to be on Saturday, December 14th. You can start signing up right now online on our website, losalamitos.com. Same format as the most recent contest, the one that we had in the summer and the one that we just had in September. Same format. Players seem to enjoy it. We got a nice crowd. And you can kind of enjoy the Vessels Club as well. Make it a nice day here at the races. Always fun to be part of that of the handicapping tournament. Adds a little buzz there to the on-track experience here at Los Alamitos. All right. Well, we talked a lot about the daytime program, the handicapping contest. We have given out some, hopefully some winners here on the show. Appreciate the time that both of you put forward in making this hopefully an enjoyable show for the viewers. Really appreciate the two of you. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you, George. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
You too,
Thank you.
Thank you to the viewers. See you here at Los Alamitos in the near future, hopefully this weekend.
Thank you.
Grade 1 Champion of Champions on Saturday night, December 14th. It's the race of the year at Los Alamitos with a field led by multiple Grade 1 winner Jericho, the outstanding Impressum, the Champion of Champions winner in 2022, Super Derby winner BP Cartel Policy, the nation's top mare Patty Saint, plus top Grade 1 winners London Toby, Just Good Wine, Shaker's No Secret, and more. The race of the year, the Champion of Champions, Saturday, December 14th. The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse with 2 great weeks of racing. Opening day is Friday, December 6th. First post is 12:30 p.m. The meet will include the Starlet for fillies on Saturday, December 7th, and the Los Alamitos Futurity on Saturday, December 14th, plus 2 other stakes events for juveniles. And our on-track handicapping contest is set for Saturday, December 14th. You could win a seat to the National Handicapping Championship in Las Vegas. Our daytime Thoroughbred meet opens on December 6th.